Let's talk about the difference between the real Amber Heard and the fake Amber Heard. Let's start this off with the main issue that we've had throughout this court case, and that is this op-ed that Amber Heard apparently didn't even write, but put her name to it. It was in the Washington Post, clear for everyone to see, and then she also tweeted it out to people and also sent out this thank you message and talked about how proud she was to be able to contribute to help women. And she gives this little snippet of what she said in the op-ed. Is this real? Or is this the real Amber Heard? Who wrote this? Just heard there's an ICE checkpoint in Hollywood a few blocks from where I live. Everyone better give their housekeepers, nannies, and landscapers a ride home tonight. Sounds more like her to me, but what do you think? Let's look at these two pictures. Or are they two pictures? They clearly look like they're actually one and the same. However, one picture looks more real than the other. So which is it? Well, first we have this picture, which looks fairly real to me. It does look like she has a bit of a mark under one eye. And then we have the other picture that looks like she's been severely beaten up. But then, the very next day, we see her here with her broken nose, her two black eyes, her busted lip. I mean, she has been beaten. And yet she has this magical makeup that makes it all disappear. I mean, this is truly remarkable. I can't find a cover-up that'll really even get rid of dark circles all that well. I hope she is paying her makeup artist tremendously well. This picture is from when she went to get her restraining order against Johnny Depp. She has this mark on her face, which you can see a little bit clearer here, and it looks like she's wearing no makeup, or is she? Well, I don't know. What do you think? Is she wearing some sort of makeup here? Apparently, she was shocked to find that TMZ, paparazzi, was outside waiting for her when she came out of the courthouse, which is unusual because they tend not to spend their time at the public courthouse. But she alleges that she didn't tell them about it. Now here we have her, just days later, smiling, laughing with her friend Rocky. And it seems to me that there's no makeup on her face again. And yet that bruise has magically disappeared. It must be that amazing makeup artist of hers again. She can make it so that a bruise doesn't even appear anymore. And even make it look like there's no makeup on her face at all. She's excellent. Now, as I said, TMZ had shown up at the courthouse, but she testified under oath that she is not the one who told them she was going to be there and was extremely surprised. Well, she said she was surprised, and she said maybe she wasn't too surprised. She just didn't really expect it, but they showed up at the courthouse. And in this deposition for her divorce, she explained that she had texted Johnny's friend and bodyguard trying to let him know about the fact that she was filing the order because she wanted him to find out from her or from someone he knew rather than finding out from someone else because, as she started to say, TMZ had already been alerted. Of course, as soon as she said that, she immediately stopped speaking and grabbed her face, and then she kind of pretended to fix her hair, and she looked ridiculous. It was clear to anybody who's even remotely intelligent, or anyone who's even fairly stupid, what she did. And she knew that she had just blurted out something she wasn't supposed to say because she had been lying, and she accidentally went and told the truth. Actually, that's not even the case either, because the question she was answering was in an explanation as to why she was trying to get a hold of Johnny Depp, and her reason was a complete fabrication. But the irony is that in trying to cover up a different lie, she ended up accidentally blurting out some information that she definitely did not want out. The fact that TMZ had been alerted. And I have to say, that was probably one of the best pieces of proof that I saw to show that she's a liar. It really was. And I would imagine that the jury had to feel the same way. You definitely should check it out. It is hilarious. But moving on, if you've been watching in court, you've seen Amber Heard talk quite a bit, mainly that Johnny Depp has always been attacking her, and she is always trying to calm the situation down and get away from him. But if you check out the audio recordings that you can find on YouTube, especially if you go to Incredibly Average, the YouTube channel, that's been my favorite, to listen to the audio, and he puts it in caption so you can pay attention as you go. You can hear that she repeatedly admits to hitting him. She admits that she starts the fights, and then he is the one who tries to get away from her constantly. It seems to me that her case is constantly using potentially true stories, but just in the opposite context. So she's using the stories where she attacks him, but just turning it around so it's actually him that's doing the attacking, which is actually very smart on her part if it wasn't for the fact that there was evidence against it, because it's easier to remember the story she's telling you because it's technically true. It's just that she's not the victim in it, and that's what she's trying to portray. I have one last thing that I want to show you from the court case that I find interesting, and it's this statement that Amber Heard's attorney showed to the jury and read from to show how evil and violent and abusive Johnny Depp really is towards Amber, because he apologizes to her in here. However, she leaves out a little bit. So let's take a look at this. It's a way. I've let it go. Went too far. I tend to do that. I always regret it when I jump, or worse, when you jump. I don't want to be conditioned to continue that behavior. Therefore, I'll put in heavy work with shrink. I'm sorry for being less, for your disappointment in me, for my behavior. I'm a fucking savage. Gotta lose that. Gonna lose that. The devil is all around, right? And then she skips a little bit, la-di-da, and then she goes down. Not sure exactly where she continues from, but I believe she says, "You were right. I am well aware that I should have been bigger than the moment, and that it will never again manifest in negative experiences. It can be done. What a killer concept to visualize. Wish you were in this lunatic's proximity." But if you notice, and as I said, she skipped a big chunk in the middle. And the chunk in the middle is actually the most important when it comes to this case. So we're going to read that part. And actually, his attorney did read that part, so she got screwed anyway. Johnny Depp says in this, "I love you far too much for you and I to be these heinous, slinging insults like we do/did. It is not anything that I am particularly proud of to have participated in." So she skips the part where he says he's talking about slinging insults at each other. He doesn't apologize for hitting her. He apologized for words. It was very, very clear that she was skipping the part that proved that they were full of shit again. One final thing that I want to say that is slightly off topic from this video, but still encompassing with the Johnny Depp trial, is that I've noticed a lot of comments that I come across, criticism towards those of us, because I am someone that is on Johnny Depp's side, tend to make it an issue about being a big Johnny Depp fan. So we're going to stand by him and vilify Amber Heard for no reason other than the fact that we're Johnny Depp fans. That's just ridiculous, especially when considering what this case is about. And it's about violence, domestic violence, abuse, and reputation and lies, truth versus lies. It has nothing to do, maybe for some, because I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but it really has nothing to do with who this person is. Of course, it's interesting, and a lot of people are watching this because of the people that are involved. And also because it's just such an intriguing case. It's just a crazy trial. It's not your normal trial by any means. It's like watching a movie. But it's also people's lives. And I think it's offensive and a bit ridiculous to have that criticism. It's kind of the go-to to talk shit to people online. And in my own personal belief, I am not defending or siding with Johnny Depp because he's Johnny Depp and I have some fan of his. I didn't watch 21 Jump Street, haven't been a huge fan of most of his movies. I've never seen any of the Pirates movies, and it's really not about that. It's about seeing the truth through all of these lies. I find that it very obnoxious that there's a lot of people commenting that it's just the Johnny yes man and the fans of Johnny Depp that are just going after this poor innocent Amber Heard. Well, no, listen to recordings of her. She's not innocent. She's not nice. She's not likable. And it's got nothing to do with anything that he's said. It's what she has said and what we have seen. It's the evidence that's been shown. It's the stories that she's telling under oath in court that's contradictory to evidence, to other things that she's said, to what really seems to be the truth. It's her demeanor in court. It's her outlandish stories and her outrageous acting on the stand without tears and lots of false crying. And that is the main reason that people don't like Amber Heard. Not to mention how contradictory it is and hypocritical it is that Amber's team consistently says that all of Johnny's witnesses are paid for by him and are friends and family and employees that are just going to say whatever he wants, so they shouldn't be believed. But on Amber's side, her very few witnesses that are on her side that corroborate what little evidence she has are supposed to be believed, even though you could say the same about them. He has evidence to prove his allegations and his stories, and all of her evidence seems to be made up, edited, or blatant lies. The hypocrisy of the whole situation is stupid. It's stupid. So that's it for this one. I'll be honest, because of the jury instructions that are being given, I don't think Johnny Depp is going to win this case, because the jury instructions are kind of bullshit, if you ask me. They're very specific to one very thin aspect. So it's almost like watching everything that happened in this case was basically pointless if you were just going to say, okay, now throw all of that out when you make your decision. So I really don't think he's going to win, but in the face of public opinion, he's already won, and Amber Heard is really being hated at this point. And then I just recently saw the president of DC, I believe, basically testify and say, hey, she didn't have chemistry with Jason Momoa, and he basically said on the stand, she's a shit actress, which I've said for a very long time. She's not a good actress, and that's why she's never had this huge meteoric rise to stardom, because she's not going to be a star, because she's just not good. So regardless of whether he wins or not, at least he's won in the eyes of the majority of the public, and she's not looking so great. And that will do it. So I will see you guys next time, probably on a much different video, because I have an update on a case that I did recently. So I'm going to be back for that very soon. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.